nice warm tea, we can feel stress-free. Soft voices and a lot of laughs. It's the Monday podcast.
Hey you, how's it going? Are you having a good week? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good month? I hope you are. My name is Chris, and you're listening today to the Mundane Podcast with Chris and Dave, and I'm the aforementioned Chris, and here is the aforementioned Dave.
Hey.
Oh, that was nice and low energy. I was expecting you to come in a bit harder, like, yeah, but no.
I can if you like.
Okay, here is the aforementioned Dave!
Well, yeah, that clipped. It could stay, can't it? Forgot about clipping in that moment. You got me excited, Chris.
So, yeah, we're going to look into something today that you may not have thought about. The audience already knows what it is. They've clicked on the podcast episode. But Dave, you have to guess. Dave, I'm going to give you some questions. Well, no, you're going to ask me some questions. And what is today's episode going to be about?
Well, I've asked some good questions in recent recordings or episodes, but I feel like I don't want to always ask the same questions because, I don't know, it'd be too predictable.
Okay.
Like, it's more fun, isn't it? If I try and mix up the questions, like, I can't always start with, is it a household item or whatever. If I get desperate, I might bring that one in. But I'm going to start with, is it living?
No.
Okay.
But it is often in the living room.
Right, so it's a household item, so I don't need to ask that one, that's for sure. Got the room and everything. Okay, in the living room. So let's start with a rug.
No, it's not a rug.
Okay.
I thought we did rugs, but I think we did curtains, which are the rugs of the windows.
Yeah, we probably mentioned that exact phrase. Okay. Clock. I don't know why that'd be particularly.
No, it's not particularly in the living room. You could ask some more questions, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. Is it only in living rooms? You know, is
It's
it unusual to be found elsewhere in the house?
It's dependent on what you have in each other room, but most commonly in the living room.
So, will every house have one of these? You're going to bet your bottom dollar that every house has
Most
got one
houses,
of these?
yeah, in some form.
Yeah.
It's not the main item. You don't buy this item on its own, but it's part of another item. For those listening, Dave is really thinking now. He has got really thinking face.
Yeah, I really want to get it without asking loads of questions. You know, is it a TV remote?
It is a TV remote.
Oh! Yes.
Oh, I love it when you do that.
I swear I'm getting better.
Well done. That is so good. That was amazing. I could see you were thinking for so long and just. Ah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done, Dave. I'm so proud of you. Yep, today we're going to be looking into TV remotes.
I mean, that's a great shout. I mean, they've evolved. Obviously, back in the day, they were attached via cables, weren't they?
They were attached via cables
so
to the
much
TV.
now.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think there is a single one there. It kind of feels way more impractical now. Because even at the time, it's like, well, you've got a little trip hazard attached to your TV. Fun trap for all the family. But I suppose it also changes with the way that we use TVs, because you think about, like, even the Simpsons, in like early Simpsons where they're on the TVs, they're always like doing it on the TV, you know. I remember having a TV with the buttons on like that.
Yeah.
Like a remote was like a luxury.
I remember the first time we had a TV remote, because the first TV I grew up with, there was no remote at all, like you say. Wooden surround. It was old even for when I was at probably up to the age of about 9 or 10, and even when I was 5, it was still an old TV. It was a Co-op TV made by Co-op.
Interesting.
Yeah, Co-op,
I didn't know.
And it had the old new logo, if that makes sense, the Co and then the Op underneath.
Yeah,
which is now kind of like come back, but for a while they went with like the green cooperative sort of thing, and some places still have that, but they've kind of revived the retro logo, and that was on the TV. It was a Co-op TV. Yeah. 4 channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you make someone sound old instantly.
Yeah.
Is they just go, 4 channels or 3 channels. You can like tell like what generation the person's from. If they go, there's only like 1 channel. It's like, my goodness, they were old. And then it gets to like 3 channels, 4 channels. And then like, I remember when Channel 5 came.
I do. I remember the adverts for Channel 5 before it was there. And they just had rolling adverts on Channel 5 for what was to come. I can visualise them, because me and my sister used to watch them. We found them really amusing for some reason.
I remember vaguely. How old were you? How old was it?
I'm going to guess maybe around 97, something like that, 98.
Okay. When Channel
Well, I would have
5...
been 7 or 8 if it was then.
97.
There you go.
It was the 5th terrestrial analog channel, launched with a performance of what band of that era? Very popular, probably the most popular band of that era.
5.
Oh, that would have been...
They missed a trick, didn't they?
Why wasn't it 5? It was the Spice Girls.
Oh, okay, yeah,
The
obviously.
Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Why weren't 5?
Were they not around in 97? Maybe it's that. Maybe
I think so.
Maybe they were like, hold on a minute, we could have done this. Let's make a band called 5. So next time there's a new Channel 5.
They did. They formed in 1997. So actually,
when did they release their first hit? When did they get big?
98, 99.
Yeah,
so it was before.
Too late.
Oh, can you imagine though? Opening, because Keep On Moving is like the perfect, like, do it, do it, do do. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Channel 5, and we're here to introduce you with 5. Well, the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. I love that song.
You met them, didn't you?
I did. I met 2 of 5.
Yeah.
3 of 5.
Yeah.
I interviewed for back in my university days. I was, I think it was for the radio, or maybe for the TV. We did something, and I think I interviewed them. Was that the one I interviewed, or did I just film the interview? I think I interviewed them. There was ones I interviewed, and it was all those bands. That nostalgia bait was all there. I'm interested to see how that changes over the years, because back in the time we had 5, we had some of 5, we had some of, I think it was some of S Club 7, like 2 of S Club 7, and Ted's band from Scrubs, which is on my, I think it's one of the first videos on my YouTube channel, is a mobile phone recording of us singing, having a sing off with them.
Yeah.
So
cool.
That was really cool. May he rest in peace. They were lovely. I could attest that. But yeah, I think 5 were the band that they were telling us, we can't keep doing this anymore, because they basically were like set up, and then like the big thing that they said that really stuck with me was that they would wake up in different cities and have no idea where they were. They'd literally be on a tour bus, they'd sleep all day, they'd wake up, and then they'd go on stage, and they'd have no idea where they were.
Wheeled around like they might as well be on trolleys.
Yeah.
Trolley them up to stage, unstrap them, and
exactly.
Exactly. By the way,
yeah. So that was the big thing I remember about 5. I think it was.
They
2.
had their sort of 2020s documentary. You know how we've had Backstreet Boys recently, haven't we? We had Robbie Williams. 5 had their 2020s documentary on Netflix. Yet?
I don't think they have yet.
Yeah.
And
well,
if it's not on Channel 5,
it's got to be, hasn't it?
It's got to be on Channel 5.
Maybe it was on Channel 5 and it passed me by, because unfortunately maybe that's something that happens with some Channel 5 programmes, because I just sort of go on Netflix a lot of the time by default and see what's on there, and then if there's nothing on there, I don't often browse the TV channels like we used to with our remotes.
I was going to say, this isn't about Channel 5, although it does kind of feel like Channel 5.
It's in the ballpark of relevance.
It is in the ballpark of relevance for this. So yeah, today we're going to be looking into remote controls. My first question, I suppose, I've got some really good resources today, actually. So I've got a BBC article on the history of the television remote control. I have TV licensing. .co.uk has released a survey with over 100 names for the TV remote control.
Wow.
So
okay.
My question to you, and also this is 10 years old, so I'd be interested to, so what do you call the TV remote controls? I'm trying to keep it vague to not influence your answer. What do you call the TV remote controls?
Well, before I answer, just on the topic of TV licensing, I just want to say thank you to any listeners that have paid their TV license fee, because you've funded that fact for us.
Yeah, that's true.
That might be the first mundane fact that we've had that's actually been publicly funded by people listening to the podcast. So
that's actually not true. That's factually not true, because we've referenced the BBC quite a few times.
We have. Okay.
The goldfish one was from a BBC article.
Oh, it was. Okay.
There was a few others. So all license players, thank you.
Thank you.
It's very anyway, this isn't about the license. Let's go.
No.
So what do you call the TV remote, Dave?
Well, when I was younger, probably because my parents called it that, I called it the zapper. We called it the zapper in my family growing up. But these days, because I have more than one remote for the operation of just the TV, well, There's a remote for the TV, but then I have a Skybox as well. And, the Xbox is plugged into a TV, so I'm using a remote for that, or you might call it a controller, though, in that context. But so I probably, just boring these days, I'll probably just say the Sky remote or the TV remote, so that we know which one's which. I don't really have a nickname.
Which was revealing, because I was excited because as this episode is still called Remote Controls, you straight away said TV, and I said Remote Controls, still thinking of a TV remote, thinking that was probably going to be the most likely remote. Yeah, but you said straight away TV remote. So
yeah.
So what do you think? So this is the 20 names for remote control in 2016. What do you think is number one?
Yeah. The most popular name for a TV remote.
The most obvious.
Remote
is number one.
Yeah.
But interestingly, Zapper was number 3.
Yeah, I thought it'd be up there, to be honest. What about...
What's number 2? What
Flickr?
do you think?
Is
Flickr is number 5. I've never heard Flickr.
I think I've heard it called that before, and I don't watch Gogglebox or anything like that, where I'm literally watching people watch TV, where you might see this word be said. It just popped into my head, that one. Struggling for others. I'm sure I'll think of at least one more, though. Well, are any of them references, pop culture references?
I don't. Well, just go. Just go.
Peep Show, Megatron.
No, we're going to talk about the Megatron though.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll just try and think of one more guess, so I don't take up loads of time. Blipper.
Number 17.
Number 17. Oh, a little left field then. Good.
It's number 17. Number 2 is Doofer.
Doofer?
The Doofer, yeah, I've heard Doofer.
Have you?
I think my mum calls it the Doofer.
Know.
Oh, I need to get the Doofer.
Maybe I had called it that. I heard it called that, but it sounded so unlike what I would associate with a remote. Doofer just doesn't sound like a remote word to me. They're all Zapper, Flickr, Blipper. Doofers, yeah. I don't know.
Doofer, it sounds like it. 6 is Thingamajig. The Thingamajig.
Okay, yeah.
7 is the Switcher.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
8 is the Whatchamacallit.
Really?
Number 9, I've heard this one, and it's weird that they did it as interchangeable, but 9 was the Controls, which I've known older people to go, can you give me the controls? But it says the Controls or the Controller. Which obviously our generation is like, if you play video games, I was like, no, that's the games controller. If someone says, can you give me the controller? I'm getting a PlayStation 5 or Xbox controller or a Switch controller. I'm not getting the device to control the television.
You never really hear people call them game controllers gamepads, but they seem to be referred as gamepads in.
Yeah, that's so true. I've never known anyone.
It always seems to
I've
say gamepad.
never known a single person to call it a gamepad.
They should just give up on the gamepad word.
They should give up, man. Stop trying to make fetch a thing. Gizmo,
yeah,
is 10.
10.
Then we got the buttons or button. Can you pass me the button? That's 11. 12 is the gadget. Then the box, the changer. Then dibber, bleeper, blipper, doodah, flipper, and number 20, plonker. Plonker is a weird one because that just sounds like an insult.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
because is that what he calls him in Only Fools and Horses? He goes, "Oh, you Rodney, TV remote, Rodney, your TV remote," or is it just an insult? Do we just call the device an insult? Like, can you pass me the moron, please?
Yeah,
I'd like the imbecile.
I was trying to think of one to say, and my brain kept on thinking of more naughty words. I was like, no,
do you know what? That was what mine was doing. I was the whole time. I was like, insult for a person, and every single one was a swear word. And I was like, no, we are a clean podcast.
We're clean.
We are going to be clean. So I was like, imbecile, moron. Which, admittedly, I feel like if I was called like, I don't know, an S-head or TWAT, I'd be a bit more. I'd be less insulted than if someone called me a moron.
They hit harder. Pillock.
Can you pass me the pillock, please?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like the restraint, isn't it? It's like, they wanted to swear at me, but their dislike of me is so strong. They spent the extra second it took to not just say the easy swear word. They thought.
And a lot of the big swear words have kind of been taken under the wing of affectionate things, like, you know how like the girls are like, my, I can't really say the word, can I? Well, no, female dogs, so I can. My bitch, you know, all that kind of thing. People might be, my mates, they're all a load of, you know,
swear
naughty
words.
word. So it's kind of maybe that's why the the non-swear words hit harder, or maybe it's just that they do. I don't know.
It is true.
They do, don't they?
Also, I am going to have to bleep you because the context of the word is what matters.
Oh,
While
I
you
see.
said
Yeah,
female dog, it's not meant in female dog when a girl is calling her friends that.
Well, everyone will know what I meant.
Everyone knows
when
what
I
you
said
mean.
Female dog. So
Yeah, everyone knows what it means. So interestingly, beep beeps is apparently what people in Oxford will call the bloke. So on this list as well, on this website, it's got 80 plus names from across the UK in this 2016 website. And so if we go to the East Midlands, which is where we are both from, in Leicester, apparently they call it the Dickadocker, which
may have heard
sounds
that.
like it should be a swear word, but no, it's the Dickadocker. Can you give me the Dickadocker, please? It's interesting, isn't it? Because when I try and use remote control in a sentence, it's always about asking someone to pass it to you. It's not like, I control the Dickadocker.
Or have you seen the Where's the? Because they're frequently lost. Since they got rid of those cables...
Yeah, have you seen the Dickadocker? Still sounds wrong. A Donker as well, apparently.
Donker,
That's
yeah.
Leicester. What else have we got? East Midlands. Peterborough, Hoofer Doofer. Husband's Toy in Lincoln.
Yeah, husband's toy.
Husband's Toy?
Is that a stereotype of men?
I don't really like the gender roles being placed into that, but also, is a wife's toy just what it sounds like? Does that mean like wife toys are for pleasure and fun, while husband's toys are just to change the channel on the television?
Yeah, not sure about that one.
I'm not sure about that one. The Jobber, that's also East Midlands. That's Nottingham. Oobry Doobry, that's a Derby. That's a Derby saying.
Gibber? Is there a gibber? I feel like gibber sounds more remotey than jobber.
Gibber? I think gibber is not on there. Wow. Jobber, I've heard being used to describe poop before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard it in that context.
Jobber is Swansea and Nottingham. Okay, so you are now based, what are you, southeast, southwest?
South. So whenever I have to fill out a thing, it's actually a little bugbear of mine. If I'm saying, where are you from? Well, not from, but live. The options are always southeast and southwest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm slap bang in the middle.
You're slap bang in the middle.
What do I say? I think I'm classed as southeast because I've seen various things.
Looking here, Brighton is classed as southeast.
Yeah. I'm a BN postcode, a Brighton postcode, so that's probably it, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is interesting. There is an east-west divide, which is less identity-driven, but there is definitely an east-west divide, as opposed to a north-south divide. I do say up north, but I am northeast.
Yeah. But you are, absolutely northeast.
The most northeast you could be.
Where I am, because I'm west of Brighton as well, so I'm closer to the middle than Brighton. So at pure compass location, I'm south.
I was going to say, because even with the East Midlands, Leicestershire, where we are from, that is pretty much, in terms of England, slap bang in the middle. It's about as far away from any of the sea that you can ever...
You've probably heard me say this, although maybe you haven't, because it's not something I would say to you. Because when people say, "Oh, where are you from?" and if I get the sense maybe they don't know where Leicester is, I have like a little thing I say, which is they say in England you're never more than 72 miles away from the sea. I don't know if that's the right number, but say it's that. Well, in Leicester, you're 72 miles away from the sea. And Leicester people famously holidayed in Skegness because it was pretty much the nearest coastline. It's that or Hunstanton.
Yeah.
And, sorry, it's a little segue, but I feel like it's worth putting in here. It's just because we just mentioned Leicester. And in Skegness, I don't know if they still do, but at least they did call people from Leicester chizzits. Do you know why?
No.
Because apparently, with their Leicester accents, holidaying and going around the gift shops, they'd be going around and they would pick something up or whatever and say, "How much is it?" Yeah,
I do. I'm
a chizzit. Yeah.
I'm a chizzit. How much is it?
I'm a chizzit. We're chizzits.
We're chizzits.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in Market Harbour. Obviously, you know this, Dave, but everyone else. Market Harbour, which is just south of Leicester, and in Market Harbour, that I want is car park. I go car park.
Yeah.
We have a friend called Merck.
Because Harbour has an accent in itself, the Harborian accent.
The Harborian accent. Because that's the thing with the Midlands is that you do become the hodgepodge of everything. Like the first, second, and third meal of the day. Dave, what is the first meal of the day?
Brekkie.
Okay.
Breakfast.
The second meal of the day?
Lunch.
And the third meal of the day?
dinner?
So I discovered this. I remember in primary school we did a thing where we asked everybody, and it was literally 50-50, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Tea. Yeah.
Breakfast, dinner, and tea. And
It always bothered me that. It's like, no, I'm going to have food for my dinner. I can't just survive on a cup of tea.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 split. Like at least in Market Harbour, like
It
that
was,
was when the primary school. It was the divide was crazy, and that's why it's so weird now living. Well, both of us now live pretty much. I live north, you live south.
Yeah.
Like they're very distinct.
The other one of those that gets me is juice and squash. If someone
Juice
says to
and
me,
squash.
if I say, "Oh, do you want to drink?" I've got water, and they're like, "Can I have some juice, please?" I would think, "Oh, you want some orange juice?"
Yeah.
But I have to now say, because I've come to realise that some people, that's squash. And I say, "Oh, do you mean squash or fruit juice?" kind of thing. Anyway, sorry, that was a little segue from the segue, but...
The funny thing is, like, we keep saying Midlands, and that's because we're from the Midlands, because you ask anywhere else, there is no Midlands. When I talk to people up here and I go, "Oh, I'm from the Midlands," it goes, "Oh no, we know that's how we know you're from down south." Yeah.
And then and I moved down here and everyone's like, "Oh, you sound so common. You
sound so northern.
Sorry, not northern. Yeah, sorry, not common, northern."
Is that your association, Dave? Is this?
No, I think some people actually said that, and it was like, come on, that's not nice. And yeah, so when I was at university up in Huddersfield, people thought that I sounded quite posh and well spoken.
Yeah.
Down here, I had to adjust my accent to be more posh and well spoken, so that people would understand me when I had a job where I had to ask people for money and things. Because I'd say it's £2.56 in total, but apparently it sounded apparently it sounded like I was saying in turtle.
In turtle.
I suppose if you say it quickly with our little chizzit accents, maybe it can sound like that.
Chizzit accents blow my mind.
I've sat and read the stuff on the internet about Leicester before.
Interesting.
I've gone down the Leicester rabbit hole, yeah.
In Newcastle, which is where I live, click-clack. That's what they call it. They call it the click-clack.
So I know click-clack is a type of sofa bed, obviously.
Okay. Why is it called a click-clack?
Because it makes a click-clack noise. It click-clacks like up and down, like when you fold it to be a sofa or a bed. It makes like a kind of click-clack routine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're good bits of kit. We sell.
It's like
beds.
it's like the bird, the chiff-chaff. Do you know the chiff-chaff bird?
Yeah, the chiff-chaff.
Because it sounds like it's got chiff, 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 chiff. That's its little...
And the mobile network.
Gift gaff. The bird is a chiff-chaff. Let's not bring it back to that. In Newcastle as well, they call it the calc.
The calc?
Which does sound a bit like they've just mixed it up with a calculator.
Yeah, but they probably maybe looked more calculator-like back in the day. Yeah,
doovie whacker.
Doovie whacker, nice.
In Edinburgh, I've actually heard this one. They call it the fat enhancer. That's a name in Edinburgh. A self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's another word for it because it's not a political statement, but it's making a statement with the name for it. If you know what I'm saying. I don't know.
In southwestern Southampton, they call it the fat controller.
Yeah.
So there's two body image focused things there. Doof, also in Southampton.
They could call it the fin controller because they are more long and thin, and there is a fin controller in the Thomas the Tank Engine books. I would know this. I've been reading them quite.
But he's just the controller, isn't he? Is he called the thin controller?
Back in the day, the original controller, Sir Topham Hatt, was generally called the fat controller. These days, the newer books don't tend to refer. They call him Sir Topham Hatt. But there's another railway in the books. I think it's in Wales. Our friend Harry will tell us for sure if I get this wrong.
Hi, Harry here. In the Railway series books, on which Thomas and Friends is based, the Fat Controller was originally called the Fat Director. This was because the first two books were released prior to the creation of British Rail during nationalisation in 47-48. Also showed the author's disdain for directors of private railway companies. After this, he became known as the Fat Controller, with his full name being Sir Topham Hatt. A side note, there has been 4 generations of the Sir Topham Hatt dynasty, all running the railway consecutively. Now, the Thin Controller, he runs the narrow gauge railway on Sodor, which is heavily based on the Talyllyn Railway in Wales, hence the Welsh connection you thought of there, David. There is also the Thin Clergyman, which is the Reverend Audrey appearing in his own books. The Reverend did actually volunteer at the Talyllyn Railway too. I hope that was of some help. Thanks, guys. Speak soon. Bye.
So, in the southeast, diddly-doo. And the diddler. in Plymouth.
Yeah.
Bit dodgy, calling it a diddler. Have you found the diddler? Mum, I found the diddler in the sofa. Doesn't sound right.
No.
No.
They shouldn't
Dip
be there.
Dap in the southeast.
Dip Dap.
Dip Dap. The Do Flicker. The Doody. These are just sounds now.
They're all just silly, onomatopoeic, vaguely sounding names, aren't they?
Yeah. In Cardiff, Worcester, Portsmouth, and Londonderry, the Moat.
Okay, yeah, short for... I was confused at first, but yeah, of course, short for moat, like the
In
pewter.
Cardiff, though, the Note. Just Note. You got
Note.
Note. That just sounds like you got nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Telemote in Lincoln. So
Telemote,
that's a lot. That's a lot of remote
Many.
names there. And like the thing is, I would say they don't just have to be the TV remote. Aside from the ones that do say TV, so maybe not Fat Enhancer, but like
Maybe.
the Doot, the Clicky, the Bat, the Beep Beeps, the Blaster, the Blodgers, the Bopper, the Calcs, the Calculator, the Channeler, the Channel Changer we used to call it.
Yeah.
That's Swansea, Wales, apparently. Channel
Is it?
Changer. I
Yeah.
remember calling it Channel Changer. You got the Channel Changer. Oh, I can't find the Channel Changer. Oh, that's unlocked a memory that has, calling it the Channel Changer. Because that's the thing now, isn't it? We don't change channels with it. Over the years, one of the things that this talks about on the TV licensing website, it says, so in 2013, research identified around 50 pet names for the remote control. But as the way we watch TV diversifies, it's natural our language will adapt according to new behaviors and ways of watching. So, yeah, it's become like a very different things over the years because it's just become the remote. I feel like we've gone boring. I feel like all these have way more fun names than just the remote.
Yeah, I'm when I go back inside to my family, I'm going to I say inside because I'm in the outbuilding, just to, I don't want to confuse everyone. Like, he is inside. I'm gonna just, without mentioning it, I'm just gonna name the remote something different and see
how it goes. Send us a report back. So control panel was the other one that intrigued me.
Yeah.
And the control stick, which once again feels more like a joystick. That's a control stick as opposed to, but the control panel feels like, hold on a minute, you're getting a bit, that's like, I don't know, that's like calling a toy car your mode of transport or something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not though, is it? It's like, oh yes, my luxury on 4 wheels, my skateboard. It just feels like you're kind of over egging, calling like your skateboard your Rolls Royce or something. It's like, well, it's not though, is it?
Could you come up with a new name? Would you like to? Do you want to have a go?
We could have a go. So there's lots of like, it's like 2 syllables, like the blipper,
Do we want to go down that
hoofer.
avenue or break away from it?
Oh, okay.
It's up to you.
I like the buttons. So maybe something buttony button. But the bibblies, the bobblies, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, the word glider came into my head. I thought, well, glide, like content glide.
We can't use content. I'm not up for that.
No. Well, I didn't like content. I thought channel glider, but I thought that didn't sound new enough.
That's interesting, actually, because when we think about it, like, it's no longer just a channel changer, is it? The TV remote is often maybe to change volume, although I have a different sound remote for that. So maybe it depends on the thing. So if we find a universal term, because remote is kind of, maybe it is if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, the remote is actually kind of a perfect, because it's remote, it's a distance controls. It makes sense. But like, maybe I like the idea of having a fun name. Also, I just saw on this list, because it's still in front of me, in Dundee, Scotland, they also call it the hamburger.
Well, that must get confusing. What if somebody's ordered a bunch of burgers to the house and they're looking for the TV remote at the same time?
Or a kid comes in and going, I've just eaten a hamburger, and you go, oh, that's all right then. And then like he sits down and accidentally puts the TV on mute, switches the channel to a channel they can't change, and like, where is it? Where's the hamburger? And he's like, I told you I ate it. And then he has to like burp in a slightly weird way just to change the channel over so you're not watching X Factor anymore.
It could be that. Yeah. I was also just thinking, well, hold on a minute. We don't even really call burgers hamburgers in this country. That's more of an American
burgers.
thing. We just call them burgers. And if you go to McDonald's, you can order a hamburger and it's a beef burger, but it's beef, not ham.
Well, you know why it's called a
The-
hamburger, Dave?
I'm sure I've heard
It's
it
because it comes
before.
from Hamburg, Germany. It's not because
Right.
it's
Well, there you go.
ham. It's because
Yeah.
we've reduced it there. That's a little bonus fact
Yeah.
for anyone in there. Okay, so as I expected, this has accidentally, I think, turned into a two-parter.
It probably
For the
has,
first
hasn't it?
time
Yeah.
in mundane history.
Wow.
We've not even gotten into half the stuff.
Chris, get the fireworks going.
Let's finalize our name for the thing that you control your things with. So let's think about this now. So we don't change, we change controls, the controller, gamepad. Maybe it's the TV pad. Maybe
TV
we
pad?
bring it back.
Yeah.
It's the TV pad, which does sound, like a feminine hygiene product, just that you can play games on, I guess, or that you do the TV pad, like pad. That's all I hear when I hear pad. Or like a guy being like, "Welcome to my pad." Those are the two things I hear. I hear feminine product, and a guy that I don't get on with introducing his house.
Yeah, it would work. It sounds modern. I'm still sort of going through a few of the playful ones in my head. Like I was thinking of like the mothership.
The mothership.
But then I thought, well, actually, no. The mothership would be the remote that you've got that controls your actual TV, and you have to use that one to turn the TV on, and then the other one's like the Sky remote or the DVD player remote or Blu-ray player. Probably. Obviously, this is if you're not using HDMI CEC or whatever it's called, which I did start using, and then it became a nightmare somehow. It got all jumbled up, and I just went back to multiple remotes. It was just simpler that way. But yeah, I thought of another name. I just need to bring the conductor.
The conductor.
Like you're conducting an orchestra.
Okay. I like
The
let's
TV
conductor. Like orchestra controller, conductroller. It's becoming remote controls again.
Yeah,
Conductor also sounds very similar to controls.
And also it's the term for something that conducts electricity as well, which
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't, because usually remotes are plastic. And
Also, sorry, I keep seeing these. This list is gold.
go on.
In Aberdeen, Scotland, they call it the TV gun.
That's playful, isn't it? I'm sure at some point in our lives we've pretended like we've got the remote and held it at the top of our hands and been like pretended that it's a gun.
The TV gun. What's it is Bristol and Swansea as well. Widget in Derby.
Yeah. The noisy cricket.
The noisy cricket. That's just. We don't want to be a
isn't it?
reference.
No,
Yeah,
we're not.
Be
No,
a reference.
We want to be OG.
Because I like the idea. I like buttons. The butt. The
Yeah.
butt non.
The
The
button.
butt pad. The butt
Yeah.
pad. That okay. The butt ad. The butt ad. Grambleflax. The butt ad Grambleflax. Guys, have you seen the butt ad Grambleflax?
That's getting my vote at the moment.
The Buttard Grambleflax.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's stuck. That is just a load of nonsense words.
Which other names for the remote are, evidently, so we're
Yeah.
allowed to use nonsense, aren't we?
Yeah, that is true. In Norwich, they call it the Remington. In Derby, they call it the Remrom. The Presser. That's Peterborough and Cardiff. The Pointy Thing in Ipswich. Oofa Doofa in Ipswich.
Flibberdibber.
The Flibberdibber. Do we want to go like utility way where it's like a real word?
Or do we do one of each? Because I don't know.
Oh,
Does it
okay,
deserve
maybe-
one of each.
So the buttons, the channel changer, because we don't change channels anymore. We choose shows. The show decider,
The selector.
the selector,
The TV DJ.
the selector.
The selector.
I think that's a perfect both.
Yeah?
I think.
Do you think? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
'cause
then
it's got the-
selector, but it's also the selector. Can you pass the selector, please, John? Yeah,
The selector.
It's doing its job pretty well.
Wow, that I can't believe that we have reached this. This is like that was like a real board meeting. This show is gone. It's gone off the rails in many ways due to the tangent, which is fine. That's part of the show.
It's all part.
But
yeah.
this feels like a real. We have sat down and we are now going to call it the selector.
I think we might have reached the zenith of TV remote names. mean,
I think we have.
Because it works for all the old TV remotes, and I think it works as future-proof. I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because one of the things I would keep thinking about is on TV remotes now. I don't know if you've ever seen them on some of the LGs. They have it where it's like a Wiimote, where you have to like point, you have to like move it.
Oh, really?
And it will like move
Like
a
a
little
mouse.
mouse. Yeah, it moves a
right,
little mouse.
yeah.
But once again, that works. Selector. The other one, I know the Rokus have it, and some of the ones where it's like voice controls.
Yeah, I've got it in the Sky remote.
Yeah.
I say things. I use it quite a lot. It's really handy. Because I can just say a particular show I want to watch without having to go through a menu to get to Netflix or whatever.
Oh, I
So,
suppose
yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I've never used. I'm a very like go and select with the selector.
I say I use it a lot. I use it when I know what I want to watch, which is not that often, because as we all go through that problem, don't we? Like, what should I watch? And you spend an hour trying to figure it out.
Yeah, actually, the voice controls is actually quite good because then you can make the decision away from the TV, away from all of the distractions, and you write a few down, and then you just choose it. Then you just say it, and there's no other distractions.
Yeah.
It attaches
Yeah,
you
that's
to
true.
it.
Yeah, you're not going to be like, oh, what about that? Because that
Yeah.
pops up next to it. No, if you,
I like it. So, and that is a selector as well. That will select it for you. Go, hey,
Yeah.
selector, can you put on Breaking Bad for me? And it will go, I have selected it for you.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
I've always got a story.
We're going to have to continue this next week. Not next week. We're going to have to continue this in 2 weeks' time for the next Mundane. I thought,
We'll
do you know
talk
what?
to people and we'll do one episode between, and then keep them really on tenterhooks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We'll do part 1 and then we're going to do part 2 in a month,
year.
in 2 months, next year. So I guess in summary, we are from the Midlands, not from the South or the North.
Yeah, which is it?
Which is it? Which is it's from the thing. It's good to always find fun names for the objects in your house. I feel like it's very familiar. Like even just reading these, as silly as they were, it felt quite nice. I felt kind of like I was in the mindset of the people choosing those things, like stuff like the Telecommander, which is
I
in
like that.
Belfast. That's quite nice. That's like, oh yeah, it's like
the Telemaster. Yeah.
the Telemaster, yeah. While other ones calling it like the doofer is like a bit of fun, you know. These people, they're like, oh, it's the thing that goes doof, you change it. See, to me, the doofer is the instrument that they use to play the end theme on EastEnders. But there's other things where the control panel, the clickety clack, and everyone, you know, number one is the remote, which I imagine is still ongoing today. And I feel like, so this was only 10 years ago, there was so many more fun names. So I say to you, please write in, leave a comment on anywhere you're seeing this right now. Find us on themundane.uk, on Instagram and TikTok. Just let us know what you are either calling or going to call the buttons that control the devices in your house wirelessly. Or wired, I guess. But for us, we're going to call it the selector.
The selector.
And on that, next week's episode will be more on selectors. So with that, I say I love you. And I hope you're having a good week. I hope you have an even better week now. I hope you have a better 2 weeks in the build-up for part 2. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. And I love you, Dave.
Yeah, I love you too, Chris. I love everyone for listening. Thank you for using your selectors to listen to us, because that might have happened. Tell us if that happens. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you. And take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Sister Monday podcast.